Some crazy stuff happened this week.
Dude, some shit went down.
Why are you scared to high-five me?
I'm trying to do it left-handed, okay?
Try not to hit my boob on it.
Okay, I'm trying to, not hit the table, but be close enough.
I think I need to, straddle this pole.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Getting it together over here.
Oh no, this is going to be a weird episode. I can already tell.
It's fine.
Hello.
We back, yo.
What's up? We missed you.
Welcome back to Friends First.
Happy Monday.
We are trying new things here, and I'm trying to be very, meticulous about these new things that we're trying, but we have a new table set up. For those of you on YouTube, welcome to the new table setup.
I just didn't like the way I looked in the camo FOMO.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So that was really nice of you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, I figured it'd be a win-win for both of us.
I'm gonna love the way I look right now. In comparison.
It's fine. I'm also trying to, figure out the mic situation, so hopefully we're not too loud, and hopefully we don't peak at all, but we'll see.
Speaking of the mic situation, we've been selling merch for a couple days now. We've made a few sales.
Yeah. It's so exciting. I'm, so excited to see everybody in their merch.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be rad.
Low-key, just besides seeing everyone in their merch, I'm really excited because we'll be able to pay off, all of our startup costs.
Yeah, literally.
And then a couple more sales, and then we'll be able to buy better mics.
Yeah.
And that I'm really excited for.
Yeah, we really, I don't know what this mic situation is that's happening right now, but
Something's wrong.
I'm trying real hard to not, be problematic right now.
Anyway. So,
Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
Do not call Lily an elephant ever again. Oh my god.
That was rude.
That was really rude.
No,
This is a special episode because it's the first and only episode that we've ever recorded with a live audience.
Yeah, and we have a live audience right now. My niece Lily, that I talk about pretty consistently, is sitting here watching us. And I don't even think she's really watching. I think she's watching TikToks. Yeah. But it's fine. She's here. Pressure's on, Mariah. Do you feel it?
No, because I already think that Lily doesn't laugh at my jokes, so I'm not going to impress her.
It's fine. It's fine.
She doesn't even deny it. She's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, she's like...
I don't think I've ever heard your jokes.
She goes, I don't think I've ever heard your jokes.
Only try to be funny. That's my only personality trait. That's fine. Besides being a Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh, we really are laughing loud on you guys. I'm gonna do a little lean back. But basically Lily just said right there she's never heard Mariah's jokes. I don't know if you guys heard that one, but
Do you think I'm a funny person?
Yeah.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
You're thinking of knock knock jokes. Or where I intentionally am this is a joke.
I don't think you ever
No, I don't do that. I just say funny things sometimes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
We're not a knock knock joke kind of crowd right now.
No. You have to know what I'm doing or else you have to think I'm weird. So it's exciting to have a live audience. But we just spent 4 days apart, which is the longest in a while. We've been hanging out a lot
and
lately.
we both went and did something.
Yeah, so it's just been I'm excited to catch up.
Yeah, definitely. I want to hear about what you got up to.
Yeah, so this weekend.
Yes.
Well, okay, backtrack. Almost a year ago, I lost my uncle to suicide, and it was trigger warning because we were just gonna go from laughing into a different topic.
But don't worry, we'll get back to laughing because that's who we are.
Yeah, this story goes full circle. So I lost my uncle to suicide, and it was the hardest day of my life. And it spiraled into the worst year of my life. And so I haven't shared this on the podcast yet, but it's part of the reason that we started the podcast in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in a deep, dark place after the loss of my uncle.
Yeah.
And I kind of was at a crossroads where I was I don't see a purpose. I don't see why I want to be here.
Yeah.
And so I decided that okay, I do want to stay, and if I'm gonna stay, then I have to make a life worth living.
Yes.
And so I wanted to try new things and do things and be intentional about finding happiness. And this weekly podcast has really been a way to check in and keep that accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's, like, helped both of us in that way, because there are a lot of parts of my life that I'm like, oh, I need to be, like, more intentional about, like, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's helped both of us, but I can definitely see, like, where it's kept you, like, in check a little bit more, like, with yourself and what
Yeah.
you're doing with your life and, like, where you want your life to go and stuff.
Yeah. So this previous week, I went to a retreat, a weekend-long retreat, and it was for people that have lost a close loved one to suicide. And so it was just about, like, a place to be around other people that understand who you are. Because for me, one of the hardest parts about losing someone to suicide is, like, the stigma that follows me.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people kind of act like, I don't know, like suicide's contagious. Like, they're nervous around me.
Yeah.
But, like, even more than that, they act like, or it seems like they just don't know how to respond or don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is, like, a good opportunity to maybe chat about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna say I 3 times in a row.
That's fine.
First off, loss is loss. Grief is grief. So...
Yeah, and I think, like, that's something that, like, when I think about maybe what you're trying to say is, like, that's what I think about is people hear, like, oh, somebody died by suicide, and they think, like, oh, well, maybe not consciously, but maybe subconsciously, like, oh, well, you wouldn't be that sad because you had to have seen it coming if they were that sad that they did that, right? Or that happened. And it's like, no, like, you were blindsided. Like, everybody's blindsided by death, like, no matter how it comes. Mm-hmm. Like, even if with, like, terminal illnesses, you know?
Yeah, you're never ready.
Yeah.
And in the case of suicide, it's typically before their time, or can be before their time. Not that everyone, like, necessarily has the time, but it's just, you're blindsided by it.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of trauma that comes with the ways that people die by suicide.
Yeah.
So it's just hard. So it was nice to be around other people that understood for a weekend.
Yeah, the little bits that you have told me, it sounds like it was really an amazing weekend.
It was. Like, small world. We got massages at the retreat.
Yes.
And out of, like, the whole, like, area that we live in, a letter was sent out, or a thing was sent out, I guess, asking massage therapists if they wanted to volunteer for the weekend. Only one said yes. And so we were, like, all, like, excited, like, yay, we're getting massages. Guess who it was?
I mean, I know one massage therapist in this town.
That gives away the answer.
Yeah.
It was Emily.
Yeah. We're both, like, trying not to say it, but say it at the same time.
Yeah. So, I thought that was really cool to, like, run into her. And so we kind of got to have a special chat and stuff, and it was just nice, like...
To also have, like, a familiar face in, like, a different way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we hadn't met a lot. Like...
Yeah, and I don't know if we've talked about Emily before, you guys, but...
We went to a Halloween party at her house.
Yeah.
So I've literally met her, like... I've seen this amazing person twice. Intoxicated at her house, dressed up as a butterfly. And giving me a massage at the suicide retreat. So...
There you go.
Couldn't quite be more polar opposite of events, but...
Love it.
It was good to see her. I do have one super funny story to tell you about the weekend.
Please tell me. Please.
I was laughing so hard that I, like, was having a hard time breathing. Okay, so we, as a big group, were playing Cards Against Humanity.
Okay.
And at this retreat, I was with my grandpa and my mom.
Okay.
My grandpa didn't play Cards Against Humanity, thank goodness. But I was playing with my mom. And so, you know, like, when you play Cards Against Humanity, there's just, like, all these, like, vulgar, hilarious words that come up.
Yeah, my grandma played it a few times with us. Somehow we let that happen.
God. I would have loved to play Cards Against Humanity with your grandma.
Yeah.
That's such a funny visual. So along those same lines.
Maybe it was Apples to Apples or something, but my grandma played something anyway.
A word came up that was pixelated bukkake.
What?
Yeah. And so everybody was laughing hard, and one person had asked another person, like, what is that?
Oh, no.
And I had kind of someone explain to that person what it is.
Oh no.
And so someone said, "Oh my God, you're talking about that right next to your mom." And all of a sudden my mom just starts cackling.
I'm sure she did, because she probably didn't even like phase her at first.
And then she was like, "Wait until you find out who played that card." It was my mom.
Yes, that's even better that she did that. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was super funny.
I love that.
Yeah. But overall, the weekend was really good. We had amazing food, and our hotel had like huge bathtubs. It was just like super relaxing. Yeah. The only part that sucked is that on the last day of the retreat,
Oh, no.
I got a pounding, horrific migraine.
No.
We were in this big like meeting room, and all of a sudden I just feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like my headache.
Oh, that kind of migraine.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it came out of like, it was already like a lingering headache, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere it reached like level 100 migraine.
Yeah.
In a split second. So I go running out of that room, knowing that the bathroom is really far away from one exit and I'm right by the other exit that leads outside. So I'm like dry heaving running out of the room.
No.
It was so embarrassing. Yeah, so I go outside and I like got sick.
It's better than you getting sick in front of everybody, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. But then we were the only ones in the entire hotel room. So all the other doors, the entrances to the hotel were locked. So I had to go back in that same door and walk through the conference room where everyone was sitting around a table.
Oh.
It was horrible. So I go back through the conference room and I go up to my hotel room because I'm like ready to like rip off my bra, throw my hair up in a ponytail, get a cold rag on my forehead and take a nap, you know?
Yeah.
And take some meds. Get up to my hotel room and my card to get in the room doesn't work. Freaking nightmare. So I'm like, and I walked up there with like my hand over 1.5 eyes, like
1.5
like,
eyes.
opening my half eye every like 10 steps,
Oh,
like
no.
barely making it alive to the room. So I call my mom because we were sharing a room, and she comes up to try to let me in the hotel room. Her key doesn't work either.
What the hell? Were you guys at the wrong room?
No. Nobody's key worked that day for some reason. Like, it was quote unquote checkout time, but we were still there for the conference, so it was fine. We were just leaving later in the day.
Yeah.
So nobody's keys worked. So my mom goes back downstairs and like tries to figure out the key stuff. Like 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, and I'm like, I feel like my skull is literally gonna explode. Like, I feel like I'm about to have a crack down the middle of my forehead and my brains are just gonna gush out.
Oh no.
So I kid you not, I laid down I laid down in the hallway of the hotel right in front of my door.
Oh no. No.
Barely leaned against the door frame and like did everything I could to try to fall asleep and like relax.
You never got into your room?
Not for over an hour later.
Oh.
I laid on the floor.
For an hour?
Yeah, well, the end of it, I went into another room area, that like a party room that was propped open, and chilled in there, but some people had come in and they were so loud and they like turned on all the lights, and I was like literally doing everything I could to try not to cry.
Oh no.
It was a little bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I am still so sick. I've been sick for like a month straight.
Yeah, you have been sick for a grip and a half.
I saw on TikTok how people slice potatoes and put potatoes at the bottom of their feet, and it's supposed to pull out the germs. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, I'm thinking, have you seen the onions in my house?
I did just notice an onion.
Yeah.
What is going on?
My mom has been watching this lady on TikTok, Posh Mama, I think. And she's got like all these remedies for like acne and like sleeping well, and like it's all like pretty holistic, and which I'm not knocking, but it is like really funny now that somebody has come into the house and noticed that there's just half onions everywhere in the house.
Yeah.
And she was like, the other day, the cats, their litter box is literally right behind me, and there's an onion above my head on the shelf that Mariah's looking at. But the other day, the litter box was like smelling real extra funky, and my mom was like, I'm gonna put an onion back there. So she cuts an onion in half and she puts it back here. And like an hour later, I had left and I came home and she goes, "Did you go on the back porch?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she goes, "It doesn't smell like cat litter or cat poop back there anymore. The onion worked." And I'm like, "Yeah, the whole house smells like onions, Mom." Like, but
My biggest fear, like, your big cat likes to just randomly knock things down. My biggest fear would be, like, that he knocks down an onion chunk and it, like, rolls behind a cupboard and it just, like...
does its onion thing back there for a little too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't... Dude, I
hope
know.
she's, like...
She keeps track of, like, where they are. She, like, knows where everything is. And she's
good.
like, if you get sick, you have to put an onion under your bed.
I've been so sick. Maybe I should borrow half an onion on my way out.
Literally, when you told me, like, a couple weeks ago that you were sick, she goes, "Tell Mariah to put an onion under her bed." And that was, like, the day she had discovered Posh Mama.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I did.
You could have saved me weeks of this sickness.
I did. And then you were like, "I don't have an onion."
Oh. Well, I don't have an onion. But I have heard, like, you can even hold half an onion up to your ear and it will help heal an ear infection. I have heard that.
Yeah. Well, it's like, to me, I don't know the science. Like, I haven't looked into the science or the research or whatever, obviously. Like, haven't done that. But in my brain, it makes sense that, like, the onions pull the toxins out of the air and, like, all the sickness and stuff like that. Because when you want to keep your produce fresh, you put an onion by them. Like, produce stays fresh longer by onions. But like, if you put your like, that's why you have to store bananas away from everything else, because bananas will make everything else go bad quickly. Onions do the opposite.
The science is sciencing.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows?
That's really crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's onions everywhere.
I'm gonna try that. Maybe. I don't know.
Look, we got about 1,500 onions on our counter right now, so I'm sure my mom will let you take one.
Yeah. Your mom's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your week?
It was wild. I went to Mesa, Arizona. I was working with the tourism board there.
So exciting.
It was so much fun. I met like 4 other content creators, like travel niche photographers and all of that stuff.
Yay.
And we bebopped around Mesa, Arizona and like Tonto National Forest for like 4 days. We did so many different like crazy things. We were supposed to have a hot air balloon ride, but it got canceled.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was watching for that because I did a short hot air balloon ride, but I haven't done like a full one, and I was really jealous. So
yeah.
Genuinely sad.
I was a little bummed, but it just wasn't the right time. But we did do like a beautiful hike instead of doing that. And then...
Ew. That does not compare at all. Sorry, but no.
Look, we all were like...
Live audience, what's your vote? Hot air balloon ride or a nice hike?
Hot air balloon ride.
All right, it's unanimous.
Okay.
Fail on your part. Anyways, we're still happy for you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine. No, but we did that. We stayed at this beautiful ranch. We like explored that, ate some s'mores by the fire, like all the good stuff. Yeah, it was a really, really nice ranch.
So you've met up with other groups of like creators and other people that you didn't know beforehand to travel with.
Yeah.
How is it meeting up with 3 other like women? Were they all like your age?
Yeah, so that was the other thing that we had discovered, I had discovered, or maybe was like having a moment about, is this is the first time I was with like a group of other content creators, photographers, people in the travel niche on social media, that I wasn't the oldest one by like 3 to 4 years. I was the youngest in the group.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. Which was so wild to me.
I tried really hard not to look at anything you posted, so I'm like going into this way blind.
Yeah.
Because I wanted like the...
Yeah. No, understandable. But yeah, they were all amazing. Like, I loved them so much. We had such a good time. And the girl that organized the whole thing with Visit Mesa, she was the youngest technically, I guess. She's 24. Her name is Zoe, but she was so amazing. Like, cute. Just to like have everything planned out, and she was like such a good friend too. Like, she sat up with us and like talked to us at night and like kind of did all the adventures and stuff with us, and like
love it.
It was so much fun. We like went rafting, saw wild horses. Yeah, I've never seen like wild horses before. And we were just like floating down the river and like wild horses were coming. It was really, really neat. Like, And a lot of people are already, like, DMing me on Instagram, like, I never would have thought to go to, like, Mesa, Arizona.
Cute.
And I'm like, yeah, you should. Like, it's rad.
Yeah, I love Arizona.
Yeah.
Because I think that I'm Stevie Nicks.
Okay, cool.
And so I'm, like, a desert princess, so...
Yeah.
Pans out.
Desert princess, real life mermaid. It all mixes together.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we had, like, a really good time. And then, so this one girl, Sarah, she is obsessed with, like, swinging, like, swing dancing. Like going to, what do you call those bars? Why, like, swing dancing bars?
Foursquare.
There's a name for them. I don't know. But she's, like, obsessed. She's like, we have to go. So.
Line dancing.
Yeah, but she was, like, saying that the swing dancing is different because I'm like, line dancing is the same. I line danced when I was a kid. But apparently, like, it's different, which it kind of is different, but, like, same kind of vibes. I don't know. Don't call me on a technicality. This is not a factual podcast, you guys. But she was like, we have to go. So when the hot air balloon ride got canceled, we went to this. It was in a strip mall. It was like somebody had, like, gutted an Old Navy and then put, like, a platform in the middle of it. And, like, that was the stage. And then, like, threw a bar in. Like, it was really neat. Like,
that's interesting.
The people watching was impeccable.
That's what I love about, like, meeting up. Like, if you and I traveled together, that's not something that we would have done. You and I are a lot alike.
Yeah.
That's what the beauty of, like, meeting up with people that you don't know beforehand is they're going to show new things.
Yeah. I genuinely do think, though, that now if I ever see another bar like this, I will not pass it up simply for the people watching.
Aww.
Like, it was so interesting. There were, like, this other girl, Vanessa, she was, like, dancing with, like, a 85-year-old man who was, like, literally just swinging her around the dance floor.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. And then, like, we did a bunch of line dancing, and I was terrible at it, but, like, everybody else picked it up really quick. So, it was fun. We had a good time. I got to laugh at myself. It was great. And then, like, a couple of guys, like, brought us all out into the dance floor and, like, taught us how to, like, swing dance. And, like, one guy was, so like, cute. Throwing me around. Like, I had these videos. And this guy just, like, yeeting me across the dance floor, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And I was, like, the only girl that wasn't there in, like, heeled cowboy boots and, like, buckled jeans and, like...
Oh.
Yeah, or, like, really leaning towards, like, the country flair. Like, I was in there in, like, my high-waist jeans and my pink, like, I wore them as, like, bridesmaids heels. Like, so they're really polished and, like, a pink sparkly, like, long cover-up. And, like, it was so funny. But we had, like, such a good time.
That's so cute.
But for whatever reason... I always attract, like, 22-year-old men.
Yeah, you do.
I do. And...
They don't know how to line dance, probably?
Well,
they did?
He, like, did, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But it was, like, awkward because we did one dance, and then we, like, came back and we were all, like, talking to... Because he was with a group, and then I was with a group, so we're all, like, mingling, whatever. And then he was like, let's dance again. And I was like, okay.
That's so cute.
Dance again. And then, like, at the end of it, he, like, tried to kiss me, and I was like,
oh.
I, like...
Got the swerve.
Yeah, I swerved him hard. And I was like, did you guys see that? Nobody saw it. And I was like, ah.
Oh, you always have the babies chasing after you.
Always.
So if you had to pick out one highlight of that trip, what would it be?
The UTV tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
You always have, like, wild four-wheeler ATV stories.
Like, it was so much fun, dude.
Oh.
And I actually got to drive one. Like, that was what stood out because, like, normally when I do these tours, I'm not allowed to drive them. Like, somebody else is driving them, and then, like...
I really want to rent them, like, in the Black Hills here.
Yeah.
And snowmobiles, which is, like, the same but different.
Yeah. I mean, I would say they're more different than the same, but...
Oh, but also kind of same. There's just snow.
I don't know about that.
Anyway.
But it was so much fun, and we just, like, ripped it around. Everybody in mine thought I was going to kill them my second time, like, driving, but...
You are a scary...
You're
going to be mad at me, but...
Lily, am I a scary driver?
Audience poll. Okay.
Yeah, you lose.
But sometimes do you get a little bit nervous?
Yeah, you lose. Yeah.
Okay, well, her driving scared me today, like, twice.
She was literally never in danger. There was plenty of room for me to cross left.
Everyone on TikTok knew that I was in danger because they reported our live video.
Oh, yeah. Those assholes.
We tried to go live on TikTok and we couldn't be on live for more than, like, a minute or two because people just report our video.
Yeah, because I was like driving.
Haters.
Yeah, we were door dashing and I was driving and Mariah was in the passenger seat and she's like controlling the live. And somebody would like report that we were doing dangerous activity. Like I was using the phone while I was driving.
Yeah, but also they just probably knew my life was in danger.
I
trust your driving. I trust your driving. I take it all back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We do have one other topic. I just want to skim over it really quickly, but we owe the listeners an update.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but I do also have another story that I still haven't told you.
Okay.
But we can save that.
Good. I know that one's going to be a good one, so...
Yeah.
Just real quick, yes or no, did we get Taylor Swift tickets?
Oh, fuck.
That's not yes or no. Hurry up, answer, because I'm trying not to cry.
No, we didn't. No. You guys...
Combined, how many hours of our life did we spend trying to get Taylor Swift tickets?
Over 36.
Yeah.
Like
more than that, because I spent time while you were gone.
Yeah, you spent time while I was gone.
Yeah.
And I was like texting. Yeah, it was bad. Editing last week's episode was torture for me because we were all excited about like, oh, we're gonna get Taylor Swift tickets. We did not. So if you've heard about the fiasco that was Ticketmaster, we unfortunately were on the negative side of that.
Guys, we waited forever in line, but then we had floor seats in our cart ready
like,
to hit pay.
Six separate times.
Not just the like next window, but literally the window where you go to pay.
Yeah.
And the website crashed.
Yeah. Yep. And then it kicked us back to the end of the line. And when we got in there, we watched literally all the tickets that were left disappear.
I never in a million years could have seen this coming. Like, I'm just still so heartbroken.
I am still super upset. I think there's a lot of emotions I haven't dealt with from that because I just...
You gotta go on a trip right away.
Yeah. Well, and I also have just been like, there's so many other things that I'm trying to do that my whole brain was like not anticipating mourning the loss of Taylor Swift concert tickets.
I know.
And now I'm just like, I simply don't have the time. But like, now I also have not even listened to the album. Like,
no.
I haven't listened to shit. Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of you, if I called you and you picked up the phone and you were like, don't ever call me again. Yeah. Like, that's how I feel. I just feel like, Taylor, you don't want to hang out with me.
Yeah, I literally feel like neglected. I feel like my bestie shit on me, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I hate it.
And like, that says a lot because I haven't shit on you, but I did shit like 6 feet away from you while you were eating dinner once.
Facts.
So anyways, Taylor Swift, you did us even dirtier than that.
Yeah, which is kind of fucked, but
yeah,
we'll forgive you one day, I'm sure.
I remembered to bring it up because while we were apart, or like while you were in Arizona, we only talked 2 times. Do you remember what the 2 times were?
No.
For me to confirm that we do not have Taylor Swift tickets.
Yes.
And to like, someone offered to sell us
oh yeah,
like tickets at a higher price, but we were just in like too much of a mourning state to do that. But and the second time was when I was at that retreat and I was like, I need more depth to my personality because all I can talk about is having a podcast and Taylor Swift.
And I was like, that is a perfect combo, but
no, you didn't. You said that sounds like a personal problem. And
I did not.
Yeah,
I did not.
You were like, wow, you suck. So that's a choice you make.
That is not what I said. I said that was meant to be, like, encouraging. That was not meant to make you feel like shit. Oh. And I did not say it like that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
No, it wasn't that mean.
I didn't mean it in a mean way at all.
I need to go back and read it.
I genuinely did not mean that in a mean way at all. I meant it in, like, a, you're my bestie and I love you and I want you to do what's best for you kind of way.
If you truly feel that way... Oh, you did say this is wildly not true. If you truly feel that way, though, you're in charge of how what you love leads you through life. And then you said, I love you. So that was so nice. You were so nice.
Yeah. I was like, I wasn't trying to tell you to go fuck yourself.
No, you didn't. No, but I was like, I don't want to be in charge of, like, what I have to say. Like, I don't know. Just don't know what to say.
That's your power in life, my dude.
I know.
But I did text you one other time on my way home.
Oh, that you almost died.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Mariah,
For real, for real?
for real.
Okay, like, you've been on a bazillion plane rides.
And I knew
you've
that
never
something...
said anything to me about one of them before.
Yeah.
So...
And I've known ever since I started getting on planes that something like this was bound to happen.
I'm so scared. What?
Yeah. So I'm flying from Mesa to Minneapolis. I had a layover in Minneapolis. And we are coming into land, and, like, you know, they'd already, like, taken all of our trash, done all of, like, the cleanup shit. We're all, like...
Yeah.
Tables upright, chairs in
the
tables up, chairs in the upright position, whatever the hell they say. Like, we're all...
Oh, when they make you put your headrest up, that's the worst part of the flight.
I hate when they come by and they're like, there, and they do it for you, and then, like, I've seen them do that to people, and they just, like, yeet the chair.
I have not had them do that, but I
haven't had them do it to me, but I've had them do it to people next to me, and they're, like, leaning over me. I'm like, this is so awkward.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to, like, not get in trouble by the flight attendants.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't like to be in trouble. One time when it was, like, mask wearing season, I was, like, drinking wine and, like, was watching something and would forget to put my mask back up.
Yeah, that was really
hard. And so, like, 3 times a flight attendant yelled at me. And the third time I was like, this is it. They're going to kick me off the fucking plane. Like,
yeah.
And I just, like, felt bad each time, but she wasn't even, like, giving me a second to be like, sorry. She was just like, put your fucking mask up.
Put your back on, or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
My goal is to always be really sweet to the flight attendants from the second I get on the plane. That way I can hopefully get a second snack.
I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong at all. I think that's
also
right.
Sometimes, you know how they give you, like, half a can of the drink?
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll give you a whole can.
Uh-huh.
I want to be the whole can girl.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'll take a spicy tomato juice, because you guys already know my drink of choice on a plane. I'll take a spicy tomato juice and a cup of ice on the side. That way I'm, like, not giving you the option to put it in my cup for me.
Yeah, yeah. That's smart. That's smart.
So that everybody else has half cup drinks, and I'm like,
look at my whole cup drink, bitch.
I'm basically first class, you peasants. With my whole can of tomato juice.
Okay, but
anyway,
like...
so how'd you die? Almost.
Okay, so we're coming into land. They're doing all the stuff. You know, they start... like, you've had a window seat. You can see when they start testing all the landing gear on the wings.
Yeah.
And, like, doing all that stuff. So we're coming into land, and the pilot comes over the thing, and he goes, so they're having a circle around. We were testing some things. We had an error come back on one of our wings. Like, we're gonna circle around.
No.
Yeah.
I'd instantly evaporate and die on the spot.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. He goes, yeah, we're just gonna circle around. Everything should be fine. Like, we're gonna figure it out. It's fine. And I was like, okay. And then he comes back on, and he's like, okay, so they have us coming into land, like, everything, whatever. So I'm assuming that, like, everything's fine. The way he said it was like, oh, we just had to do a lap because the plane's gonna fix itself. We had, like, a computer error, and I hit some buttons, and it's fine.
The plane played a prank on us. We're good now.
Yeah, like, I for sure was like...
Okay.
Yeah. And then he gets back on the intercom, and he says, you know, and, like, I have an elderly couple sitting next to me, and he says... so he didn't even, like, really explain anything. He goes, so there is going to be, there are going to be fire trucks on the runway. One of our, like, we're having an issue with the thing on our wing, and we have to land at a higher speed, which means our brakes could heat up and essentially catch on fire. So there's fire trucks on the runway. You're going to see those when we land, like, blah, blah, blah. And Mariah.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
I would have cried. Oh my God.
I was, like, trying so hard not to cry, and I'm, like, looking at people, and people are freaking out. The old woman next to me, I'm, like, getting chills talking about it now because it freaked me out so bad, grabbed her husband so fast, and they both started crying. And then, like, there's another, like, elderly couple I can see. There's, like, a girl in her early 20s that, like, is texting her friend. Like, I can see her, like, texting her friend, like, up a few rows, like... There's, like, a woman with a kid, like, a couple rows behind me, and she's, like, hanging on to her kid. And, like, there were multiple children on board.
Oh, my God. That's my worst nightmare is, like, I fly with my nephew a lot. He's, like, been an infant on my lap. And sometimes when you break, it can kind of be pretty jolting. So every time we go to land, I hold his head, really embrace his head. But I probably would have squeezed his fucking intestines out.
Dude, I was
in that situation.
I was not okay. Oh, and I had, like, texted my mom. I was, like, texting the group of girls that I had just traveled with. I was like, you guys, like,
Oh, pick them over me. That's cool.
I was
just
like,
kidding. You were just with them.
well, pardon. No, I was like, I just was like, I had been texting them the whole flight about stuff, so it was like one of those things where I was like, and I knew you were doing your thing, and I was like, I don't need to like panic her about me dying. And then like,
that's so scary.
I texted my mom, and I was like, there's some shit happening, like.
Oh my god.
I'm freaking out.
Poor
and, like,
Max.
Yeah, and I'm like shaking, and like this is on top of all of this, like this is my biggest fear about flying. This is my least favorite part about flying is landing, because I'm always scared of fire, coming in too fast, like things breaking on, like literally every single one of my check boxes happened in this like situation.
God. Also, like, planes are gimungo, and why we got 2 little baby tires?
Yeah.
Why we got little trike?
Yeah, like why?
Training wheels.
Yeah.
Why do we got training wheels on the Big Bird?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. That
No.
never will.
It's crazy. And there's science. It's safer than driving a car. Whatever they want to say. Like, I get it. And I'm just
yeah,
like...
but I never once have driven a car and had fire trucks follow me, so...
I was not... And then we're, like, coming into land.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I can just see down the runway. Like, there's a couple little pockets in this airport of, like, of gates where they, like, drive the planes in for you to, like, get on and off.
So they must have had you guys circle long enough to, like, clear out the whole freaking thing.
Yeah, and there was, like, a set of fire trucks and, like, emergency vehicles in each little bay at, like, different lengths of the runway. And then we landed, and everybody is, like, clapping and screaming, and I'm like, hold up. And, like, when we landed...
We're not stopped.
No.
The issue was not with landing. The issue was with stopping.
Well, I mean, like... We had stopped and people started screaming, but like we landed and it was like I could hear that things were not right, like in the brakes and like how they were trying to stop the plane. And like I had an aisle seat, so I couldn't even like look out the window, like. And I fucking hate aisle seats, and this is part of the reason why, because I like want to see shit that's happening. But like I could feel that the landing was not normal, obviously. I mean, we knew that going in, and then like it took us forever to come to a stop, Mariah. Like we were just going, and then we come to a stop and everybody is like, "Woo, yeah," and I'm like, hold up, y'all are like screaming and crying and like you're happy when like we don't even know if like our brakes are on fire right now. Like we can't tell that right now. And then the pilot gets over the intercom and he says, okay, like we've landed, but we do have to have the fire trucks are coming to check out. So they stopped us on the runway, stopped all flights, stopped us on the runway, and fire trucks were like all around us, like coming in and making sure that like we weren't on fire, and they never told us if we were or not.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then
were they like nice about letting you off the plane, or were they like, hurry up and get the fuck off?
Okay, like low key though, like the pilot was really calm and kept it together, so like that helped me too. And I couldn't see any flight attendants, so that like probably helped me as well, because normally I'm like one of those people where like I gauge how bad things are by like
the flight attendants.
Yeah,
like if the flight attendants, like if the seatbelt light comes on and the flight attendants are still walking around, I'm like, we good. Sometimes the seatbelt lights come on out of nowhere, and the flight attendants run to put their seatbelts on, and I'm like, yeah, we're fucking, this is how we die.
I've been on flights where like it's so turbulent and they're like doing services and they're going, why are we still standing up? And they're like waiting for the call to like go sit down. Oh! Yeah, but like I couldn't see any of them, and then like I'm getting off the plane and I had like calmed down. I was crying, like I was upset, I was shaking. I don't think I stopped shaking for like 2 hours. And then, as I'm getting off the plane, the pilot's standing there, and like 3 or 4 of the flight attendants, and there's one flight attendant on the far left, and I was like, she just got her shit rocked. That's how I know that was real, because the way she was standing there and the like look on her face, I was like, fuck. Like that was so scary. Like just seeing her be like that, it was like another level of like, okay, yeah, this was fucking terrifying. And then I had to get on a plane an hour later.
Oh, so it wasn't even like a long layover to like calm down.
I literally had an hour before
like,
I had to get on my next flight.
Our hometown airport is really small, so the flights coming home are always like small, and
it was a tiny ass flight too, and I was like, and no bars were open, no convenient, like because it was late, like nothing. I was like, I couldn't even get a drink to like calm myself.
Oh, God.
Like I was just like,
have you thought about how fucked up our friendship is? Like, in a normal, like, a year ago, or, like, before the podcast, we probably would have called each other and been like, oh, my God. But now we're like, bitch, you can't know for a week until we record a podcast episode.
Literally. I was like, I gotta tell. That was the first thing I told Lily when I got home. Like, I told her, and she was like, Oh
That's
my
so
God.
scary.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened.
It was fucking terrifying.
Better
dude.
you than me. I mean,
I like have a video of me. Actually, I'll show it to you later. I have
you took a video.
I literally like took a video because I had one of those moments where I was like,
If I die, I want to save.
well, it was like, what if we die and there's an investigation about like what happened to this plane? Like that's my brain is like,
Yeah.
somebody document this shit.
Get some evidence.
Yeah. So I just like turned on my phone and I had it in my lap, like facing the people next to me. I was just like holding it sideways. And then I was like, fuck this. And I like turned it to myself. I haven't even watched it back, but I was like freaking
That's so
out.
scary.
Yeah.
I just cannot imagine being someone with a baby on that flight. Like, or kids. That's so scary.
Like people could not get off that flight fast enough.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like
this summer when I flew with my nieces to California and they were in a row by themselves, or like one side of the aisle by themselves and we were on the other side of the aisle, I would have probably, even though the seatbelt lights were on and would have gotten in trouble, like I would have had to lean over, unbuckle one of them and throw them to the other side to my mom.
Yeah.
Like that would have been so scary.
It was so terrifying, dude. Like it was one of those things that I was like, I really could live with never experiencing this again. And, like, I made a little story time and, like, posted it on TikTok today. And the first comment on there was my mom. And she goes, I was at home crying with you. Like, but she was totally, like, the way she was texting me was, like...
Cool, calm, collected?
Yeah. She was like, just take a deep breath.
God.
Like, everything's gonna be
Did you
fine.
have Wi-Fi or how were you, like...
Yeah. There was, like, in-flight Wi-Fi. And
that's
so, like,
good.
I can just, like, message.
Because at least it wasn't one of those flights that, like, doesn't have Wi-Fi. Or, like, I never pay for Wi-Fi on a flight.
No. And, like, most flights now are offering, like, a basic free package just for, like, texting. Like, iMessage and WhatsApp. But, like... I think I would have been dying if I couldn't have texted anyone. Like, I would have fucking had a heart attack and, like, fallen out of my seat and died right then and there.
Oh.
Like, it was wild.
Oh,
One of the more traumatic experiences of my life.
I feel like you, like, coursed all this terror through my body and I need to go home and take a good nap.
Sorry.
I need another massage. Where's Emily?
Yeah.
Call Emily.
Emily, we need a massage.
That's so scary.
Yeah. But
well, I'm glad you're home safe.
I made it home. I'm alive.
I'm sad that you don't have any trips coming up, but I'm glad that you don't have to get on a plane.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see, she says.
You never know. They pop up out of nowhere. I might be going to New York. Who knows?
That's wild. Okay, well, I feel like this was an intense week.
Yeah.
We covered, like, a lot of
stuff.
But hands down, out of everything rough that we covered, the worst is not having Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I don't even want to talk about it again.
I know. Like,
so
if you know any way, if you want to hook your favorite girls up
with some T Swift tickets, I don't care where they are. The other thought that I had is she hasn't released international dates yet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so glad you're saying this because I was really thinking, like, do you think we can score international date tickets?
You bet your ass I'm gonna try.
Yeah, because we were already planning on, like, going to a couple shows in the States.
Mm-hmm. But at this rate, I would spend money on a plane ticket to even just have, like, good nosebleeds.
You're right. Isn't that so scary?
Yeah.
I don't know. Europe, here we come.
Yeah. Somewhere. Send it.
Anywhere Taylor Swift is, here we come.
Yeah, we'll try again. Hopefully we're not disappointed again.
I wonder how long it'll be until they go on sale, like with this fiasco.
Yeah.
But
who knows?
We
Ticketmaster's still coming out with statements, so.
I know. So crazy.
But anyway, if you guys want to check out some merch, it's NikkiTomlin.com. It's in the store. We got sweaters and sweatpants. They're super cute. I think I've worn mine 100 times since we've made them.
I've lived in my hoodie. I keep saying hoodie. It's a crew neck.
Sweaters.
They're so cute. Like, I always get compliments on them. They're so and they're so soft.
Yeah.
I just love them.
I love them so much. And if you found this podcast helpful, funny, traumatizing,
entertaining,
or anything otherwise, please share it with your bestie.
Yeah.
And then your bestie's mom.
Find us on social media and like us, but especially, we want to be able to go live.
On TikTok.
Yeah, so we have not been pushing our TikTok that much, but it's Friends First Podcast on TikTok. We post some fun, exclusive stuff there, and we cannot wait to go live and, like, just share more funny moments.
Yes.
And get to, like, do live Q&As and just spend time with you guys.
Yes.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah. We really want to be...
That's my next podcast goal.
Is to be able to go live.
Yeah, fuck the mics, fuck paying off however much we've spent. I want to go live and, like, chat with people.
Yeah. Can we go live on Facebook? You need to make that public Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to work on the Facebook page. We could probably go live on Facebook. Actually,
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to go live and, like, chat with people and, like, make new friends.
Yeah.
So...
I think that would be fun. So...
New Facebook group, here we come.
Yes. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Thank you guys for listening.
We do really appreciate it.
We will have some more fun updates next week.
Yes.
If there's anything that you want to know about us or any topics that you want us to cover, let us know.
Yeah, throw
We're
it
so
somewhere
open to
on
it.
the social medias.
Yeah.
And we will bring it to the podcast eye.
We will bring it to the speakers you're listening on.
Facts.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Love you. Talk to you guys later.
Love you. Good night. Oh, you really wrapped yourself into that one, huh? You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Love you. Good night. Nailed it.